We need an intro. We got an intro.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe, okay.
Just did 3 intros.
Monkeys go directly to hell.
Hello, everybody.
Hey!
Welcome to episode 37.
Is that true?
Yeah.
The unemployment
Yeah, that is
edition.
true. 37. Unemployment edition.
Unemployment
yeah.
edition.
Unemployment edition.
You know, I have a little unemployment. I did something recently involving unemployment.
What'd you do? Unemployment fraud?
No, but on a whim, I might have mentioned this in Discord somewhere. On a whim, I applied to a job for a marketing position. And you know, they went through 3 rounds of interviews in 2 days. Suspicious already.
That's a lot.
And then when they told me what was a marketing position was actually revealed to me just to be a sales position, and I got a commission.
Oh, so you got suckered into a multi-level marketing scheme is what you're saying.
The job was to go outside of Food Lions and sell phone plans to poor people.
No.
For some company called Gen. I mean, the marketing company is like a different thing, but they were hired by this company called Gen Mobile.
Jesus Christ.
So I
Love
accepted the position. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll accept it, whatever, you know. But on Monday, I just didn't feel like going. I just texted the guy at noon. Hey, I'm not accepting the position actually, so bye.
I changed my
Fuck you
mind.
and
I
fuck
changed my
this.
mind. Yeah. So yeah, that's what.
No, that's valid.
That's my
I think we
unemployment.
could all use a bit more unemployment. But speaking
I'm
of
very
unemployment,
unemployed, folks.
Yeah.
oh,
Newly
Yeah,
unemployed.
fuck you, Austin.
Yeah, Austin. I butted in here with a little story. So
I got laid off, you bitch.
no, I was
Anyway,
gonna-
folks, so if there's ever a reason for you to join the Patreon, I got laid off from my job this week.
again.
And the future is very uncertain. So
Yeah.
please join the Patreon.
Please
Help
make
support
this
me.
podcast profitable.
If I don't get any money from Patreon, I'll be unemployed and I will not be able to spend all of the podcast money on OnlyFans subscriptions, which would be a real detriment to my mental health. So
yeah.
please join the Patreon at your earliest convenience. Thank you.
What I was gonna say was, speaking of unemployment, we put out a call for voicemails because we are, again, we've been typing this up for a while. We are planning to do our Congo series. There's a bit of confusion about how we were going to handle the voicemails while the Congo thing was going on, because it wouldn't really make sense to do them during a serious series. So what we've decided to do is, rather than have them be like Patreon or whatever and lock it behind a paywall, we're going to just go through our archives. We're sifting through the records. We're plucking out your beautiful, wonderful voicemails that you've sent 38 to us. So, Greg, have you screened any of these, or is this all just new?
Yeah,
I opened one of them.
Austin is selling this we've gone through the archives and plucked the best.
Austin
The best.
is
We
of the
did do
opinion that I must listen to these before we do it, but that's not true. I
Okay,
don't at all. So hold on one second.
So if you
I'm
said
gonna
anything
try
horrendous, then it might be in the podcast.
It'll make
so,
it in.
Yeah.
We have a strict no censorship policy. We switched to Riverside, which is much fancier looking than Zencaster.
Cameras
But-
are really zoomed in, and we look like shit.
Yeah. It's very intimate though. I feel like I'm in a room with y'all.
I feel like I could lean in a little bit and kiss both of you on the mouth.
A little bit of background here is that Zencaster did a classic switcheroo. We were using the free plan, which is essentially just that you get to use our website for free, but they removed the free plan in favor of the Creator Plus plan.
Fuck
where
Zencaster.
If you want to use
Zencaster.
Zencaster, you have to give them complete control over your RSS feed and let them insert advertisements into your podcast automatically without your saying it. So
Is that why we're not using Zencaster? I thought
Yes.
we just had to pay.
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, fuck Zencaster. We're not paying either, because that was dirty. That was a
That's
a
dirty.
dirty trick.
30
But,
horror
yeah,
trip.
so there's gonna be some weird audio shit we're trying to figure out in the future. We're trying a new thing, a trial rather, but so yeah, we'll see how this goes.
If this doesn't work, folks, podcast is canceled.
Yeah, it's canceled
We're
forever.
never making another episode.
But anyways, 38 voicemails. We're gonna try and get through most of them. Hopefully, let's try and knock these out before our series start. This is the Gorilla voicemail special.
You know, now that you've told everyone there's 40 voicemails, basically, when we only do like 12, they're gonna be so pissed at us.
Guys, there were 38 voicemails in the mailbox, and that's probably not all of them because some of them I clicked on and they fucking blew ass. So
Folks,
they're not making it
folks,
onto the
we're
show.
going through our deep archive of 7 voicemails.
You know,
We're gonna go
I'm pretty
through all of
sure.
them.
I'm pretty sure last time we did voicemails, I made it clear to you fucking nitwits that I needed actual good content. So if you call in and you say 2 words in "I'm too stoned" gibberish, it's not making it on the fucking episode.
well, hold on.
Well, what if it's
we
good
did ask them.
stone gibberish? Yeah.
No. Usually it's completely garbled. I can't hear it.
Like, you gotta understand, this is our fault. We asked them to get catastrophically high and then call in. They probably thought they were leaving, like, a prose-laden message.
Well, I'm doing the old
They thought they were
switcheroo
Max
on you.
Wordsworth.
I'm now anti-weed. I want an outlaw.
I
and
want you guys
all
to
weed
sober up
smokers to
before
be
you fucking
executed.
Hold the fuck on! I packed a whole bowl that I didn't smoke before I started. I'll be right back.
Oh my god. Okay, well...
Chandran, no. Hey, Austin.
Chandran. Alright, well...
How you doing?
Are we on a time limit for this trial?
I don't fucking know.
Hope not.
We're gonna find out. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, I'm back.
Anyways, let's get these voicemails. Let's start them.
All right, let's do the fucking first one.
Go fuck yourself. The noise I made at the beginning of
God.
my Dumpson Checks In voicemail was supposed to be one of anguish, not one of sex or whatever. Ah!
Oh, did we accuse someone of
Being
Being
horny.
horny on the call.
having an orgasm experience? I'm sorry, I don't know what that
Why?
means.
We already said being horny. There was okay. We apologize for being horny. I guess I don't remember what. Voicemail
Yeah, I
it
think
was.
it was. I think it was someone started out the voicemail with like
A moan?
like a moan, and we
Oh.
just assumed something silly.
Moan and
strange
myrtle.
was
Sorry, we assumed you fucked, buddy. Next time I won't make that mistake.
happening.
All right, what's next?
All right, next one's a minute.
All right.
Ooh, lovely.
Hi. So my name's Rose, and I had a question. I'm trying to settle a debate. So, who would win in the situation of having 5 average like white guys in the room? You know, goes to the gym like 4 or 5 times a week, eats relatively healthy, has a couple beers every so often,
Okay.
versus
Yeah,
one healthy adult chimp. And some stipulations. It's just like an empty blank room, no like terrain advantage or weapons to use for either of us. It's just 5 people and a chimp in a room. My 2 strategies I got are either going for the eyes, just like, thumb in the eyes kind of deal immediately, or sacrificing the weakest member of the group to the chimp and trying to appease it that way. Anyways, love the show.
Okay.
Okay.
All
This is an
5 of you are
interesting
getting
dilemma.
washed.
Yeah, I don't understand why you say and no environmental or weapon factors. They're chimps. They don't use those anyway.
They don't need it.
Yeah.
All 5 of
I
you are
think
They
washed.
don't have tools yet. That's kind of the whole
I
point.
don't
They don't
know.
have tools.
I
The
think-
first one that the chimp grabs and massacres the rest of you are gonna be shitting your pants.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think if maybe you got your frontal lobe removed and you felt no fear and just like knew that it was your mission to kill this chimp, maybe. But I think just like the psychological horror of like a chimp picking you off one by one. I don't know. Like maybe you guys all went in there and like 2 of you grabbed one arm, 2 of you grabbed the other arm, and like
And
the
then you
last
pulled
one.
as hard as you could.
just pulled him. No, one white guy for each limb, and then the you stretch him
The
out.
fourth guy is jumping on his head. Yeah, maybe you could do it.
Listen, if y'all go in
You
as a
stretch
team,
him out like Stretch Armstrong, so he's just dangling there like Christ on the cross.
I
And then
really
you get
feel like
the fifth guy gets a running start, and he cannonballs onto like the chimp's neck.
I really feel like the chimp, if one person was holding each limb, I really feel like the chimp could still pull away from that.
Yeah, that's the thing, because individual grip strength in each limb of a chimp, I don't know, like, I feel like he could, like, just pull you guys into each other, and, like,
boom,
two of you
bonk your heads
two
together.
of you hit your head, you're passed out on the floor, you got a concussion, and the chimp is, like, going for the other one, but...
And one of you is bound to just not be as strong as the other one, so, like, you're gonna lose your grip, now he's got a free limb.
And so it's chaos. People are freaking the fuck
It's
out.
fucking over.
They're
It's
screaming
over.
at their buddy, get back on him, get back on him. You know, hold
Hold him down! What are you doing, man?
I think you might have a chance if two of you each are holding each of his arms, and you seriously are pulling like you're trying to split him in half. You might be able to dislocate his arms.
Yeah. Just have the
Have
fifth
you ever
guy
heard,
go
like,
in there,
the
throw
other guy,
jabs.
yeah. And the other guy literally needs to be wearing steel-toe boots and just over and over and over again kicking this chimp in the fucking ball sack.
I don't, what... Have you heard the, like, social slacker theory, where in a group people tend to, like, put in less effort because they assume someone else is picking up the slack?
I don't know if that's happening in a life or death situation like this.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, who would be the guy that's, like, you know, you're, like, carrying a dresser and it doesn't really feel like you're doing much of anything at all, and the other guy's, like, sweating and panting and crying.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's, like, that guy, but he, like, for the chimp.
Which guy are you?
I'm the logistics expert. Okay,
So
Oh,
you
you're
sit
the
in the
guy
back,
not
yeah,
really doing
yeah.
anything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the chimp expert, so I'm going to be analyzing his battle strategy and advising everyone what to do in real
You're gonna
time.
be our
Did they
man
have a
in the
battle
chair
strategy?
during a fucking fist fight with a chimp. That's your goal.
Well, the question wasn't if we could.
Could I curb stop a chimp? Like, if I could get a chimp's teeth hooked onto a curb, could I smash them out?
Yeah.
Are they bone? Is their bone structure stronger than ours? Would I have to hit him harder than I'd have to hit a guy?
I
Probably.
mean, probably, yeah.
I
But
feel like you just got
If I
punched.
curb stomped a chimp,
Okay, hold on.
do you
New
think that would
question.
stop him?
No, he's coming at you with a slack jaw. He's gonna look even more horrified, right? Jaw fucking dangling out, howling at you,
Oh,
bloody.
God.
That's
It's like shooting a bear. Like, they just keep coming.
They just get madder. Okay. You know what? Let's actually. This is a good
All
point, Austin. Let's ask this question.
Okay.
Could we work together to fight a chimp?
No, the two of you are weak links.
Yeah, honestly, that's the
Both
thing.
I don't know. I think
I don't work out. I can curl like 15 pounds at the most.
Jandrin doesn't work out. Austin, you're built like the Tooth Fairy. It's fucking over.
the Rock's Tooth Fairy.
Austin,
right?
do you do calisthenics?
Yeah.
I used to do a lot of calisthenics.
Yeah,
never
I
had
fucking
time.
knew you did. You fucking.
Shut
twink.
The, hell
The
up.
twink
Shut the
exercise.
fuck up. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, how come I could do
Staying
15
trimmed and
pull-ups at
toned?
one point?
I can do
Huh?
pull-ups right now. I'm 200 and some fucking pounds.
Maybe. Well,
What
anyways.
do you mean maybe? Do I need to go get the bar?
Yeah, let's go do it right now, bro. Come on. No, but I think realistically, one chimp is not going to be as comfortable against a group of attackers. We're giving him too much credit, I should say, because I feel like if we all surrounded the chimp and just started like screaming like "nightmare, nightmare, nightmare,"
Do you think
the
he'd
chimp
panic?
would. I think the chimp would panic and.
Attack and
Probably
lash
just-
out at us.
Yeah,
Lash
yeah,
out
they don't really have.
physically.
They don't really have fight or flight. It's only fight. They only have fight.
I mean, because sometimes when chimps know that they're fucked, they try to run away, but that's usually just to like get in a position to where they can turn around and face you again. But I don't know. I feel like if we just kept hounding them and backing away at the same time, we could escape.
The goal isn't to escape, Austin. You misunderstand. Only one of us walks out alive.
This is like walking into the fucking Thunderdome.
Yeah.
We
Okay?
form like a
We're
phalanx.
doing
Like-
Hell in a Cell, but with a chimp.
Could you imagine hour 3 of the chimp fight? Could you imagine hour 3?
Everybody's
of the chimp...
missing at least one limb.
Yeah.
We
like-
could tire the chimp out.
Could you? How long
Like
does it
it-
take to tire out a chimp before
I
they like
mean-
need to like fall asleep?
I don't know, because they don't have as much. We need to move on. We have so many other voicemails. I
Okay,
think
well, yeah.
our answer right now is it's up in the air, but it
What are they, like
depends.
five
on-
guys into the
Well,
cell with a chimp?
It depends if they have to kill the chimp.
Okay, I don't want to extend this, but I do have a kind of a scientific key question. So, humans are like stamina hunters, persistence hunters, right? We like wear our prey down.
Yeah.
Do chimps don't? Monkeys don't do that. They forage.
No, yeah.
Are they? Could we outstamina a chimp?
For sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
we could tire out a chimp and bash
Could
his
we
fucking
outfuck
brains in.
him?
Absolutely. Got that tiny
if
little
we-
chimp dick. What's
What
he
if
gonna
you
do with
let
that?
five guys
Let's
into the
not.
cell with the chimp then, huh?
I'll fuck that chimp.
Could we
It
fuck
depends
the
how
chimp?
big. We're not. No, we're losing the plot here.
Get that fucking twink chimp from your sanctuary.
God. All right, next voice. It's almost 2 minutes long.
Alrighty, minute 42 seconds.
Hey, so this is Patsy. I'm wondering, like, what's the deal with, like, private zoos? Because I have a very vivid memory of my parents and, like, our family friends taking my friends and me to a private zoo in New Hampshire when I was, like, 4. And I remember there were monkeys there. And I vividly remember getting to hold hands with a gibbon. And there were also like lion cubs there, and it was crazy. And it was literally just like in some people's backyard. So like, what's the deal with that? How does that happen? Is that entirely legal? Like, how? Also, these people had lion cubs like in their house. But yeah, I definitely remember holding hands with a gibbon. I want to say they also had like spider monkeys. There was like a whole like
Spider monkeys are cute.
monkey house in their backyard. And they had like lynx behind a chain link fence, and there was a badger and a wallaby. It was like super weird.
Together?
And oh, they had camels. They had camels, and the guy who like owned it, he kissed the camel on the mouth. Sorry,
What the fuck are you even talking about?
What is going on?
Anyway, how do private zoos work? Why do people do that? Are they legal? How? Thank you. Bye.
This dude just has a whole fucking like menagerie.
Have you never been to the Lazy Five Ranch?
No.
He's just kissing camels.
Really? Guys,
That's a
it's like
Lazy
25
Five
minutes away
Ranch,
from
friend.
you.
No, I've
What's
The
not.
Lazy Five. It's off of 77, like in Iredell County.
Okay.
And you go there and you pay them like $40. They put you in a trailer that's pulled behind a tractor, and you sit on hay bales, and they take you through a whole ass zoo. They got like lions and zebras and elephants and lots of ostriches, and you get a big bucket of food and you can feed them. You've never been to the Lazy Five fucking ranch.
Nah.
That's your new task. You need to go there, Chandran.
I guess I gotta go there. Yeah.
Okay, so
Make a
let
day
me
of it.
let me drop some knowledge about private
Knowledge.
zoos. Let me drop some facts here.
Okay.
So when people say in America that you need a license to do something, they basically just mean that you have to ask a guy you know, and then it's illegal. For example, to draw an analogy, Illinois is considered like, oh, it's liberal hell. There's so much gun control. The requirements to get a concealed carry in Illinois specifically is that you have to do 16 hours of training from a certified instructor. The qualifications to become a certified instructor are just anyone who asks the NRA, pretty much. So you can just go to a dude. And he
Anybody else who's also done the 16 hours?
you could just go to a dude and he can just lie and say that you did it, and that's just it.
Easy peasy. Is that how you
That's
got your
liberal.
concealed carry?
That is not how I no. That is not how that happened. But
Damn, you wasted 16 hours of your life in those classes? That's embarrassing.
It's
So-
crazy that
Could
they
have
gave
slipped
you
a guy
gun.
at 50.
it's pretty much
Crazy
just
that
like
they gave you a gun.
anybody who wants to get a permit for something in America is pretty much allowed to. And in my experience, in North Carolina, I used to work at a zoo, and the zoo started because this guy just got a pet monkey because he thought it'd be cute, and he realized what a fucking nightmare. And he
And then he said, "We bought a zoo."
then he made it his life's mission to like make a habitat for this monkey, and then like he started taking pet monkeys from other people who like surrendered them. And I think he just like asked for a license because he had the land, and they just like brought a guy out from the Fish and Wildlife Department or whatever.
They brought out a fucking game warden.
Yeah, and no, because I actually just Googled it. In New Hampshire, specifically, the person who called in, you just have to ask someone at the Fish and Game Department for a license. It can be issued at the discretion of the Fish and Game or like Wildlife
These
Department.
are the same people. Like it's harder to catch a fish in North Carolina than it is to get a gun.
Yeah, so it's pretty much just like if you have like farmland and you invite a guy from the Fish and Wildlife Department or agriculture, whatever the fuck, they can just give you a license if they like you. So there's really nothing stopping, like, that's why so many people have quote unquote sanctuaries now. Like we talked to, this is early Guerrilla Radio Show stuff, but we talked about Cassandra Fairbanks, that conservative pundit who got a pet monkey and realized, and when a bunch of people started like beating her ass over it, she started saying, no, it's okay, guys. I run a sanctuary. And that sanctuary is just that she asked someone she knew, I'm assuming, for a permit, and now she has a permit to get as many monkeys as she wants. It's why celebrities just get, like, fucking tigers and shit. Well, they don't really do that anymore. We don't make celebrities like
They're
that.
not allowed to get tigers anymore.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson is the last one, I think, to have a tiger.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I'm saying is everybody at home, call your local Fish and Wildlife office and get yourself a pet monkey.
Like, the thing is, it's very vague, so I've never tried it, so I don't know how hard or easy it is. But I'm assuming
try
if
it.
you have, like, farmland, you own property, they'll just let you do it.
I'm
And let's
also assuming.
state, a
I'm
lot
also
of times
assuming
these
if you're
people already
stupid
have
enough.
the monkeys. Fuck you!
Oh my god.
You know what? I don't need this anymore. I'll walk off. I'll walk off.
We need to
I'll walk
not
off.
interrupt.
Chandron's quitting the show.
You'll lose your token.
All right.
You'll lose your get out of jail free card, motherfucker.
Chandron, you go first. Greg, you go afterwards. You have the talking stick,
Thank
Chandron.
I was just gonna
And
say.
then I'm just fucking with you.
I'm assuming if you're stupid enough to think owning a monkey is a good idea, then it can't be that hard to get the license.
Yeah, no, I mean...
And most of these people already have the monkey by the time they apply for the permit.
And also, folks, you gotta keep in mind, you don't have to tell the government. Like, I'm sure there's been multiple zoos. Like, I'm sure the zoo that you went to as a child has probably been shut down by now for having, like, unlicensed animals or something. Like, people just do that.
Yeah, the government doesn't know where I live, you know? You don't have to tell the government things.
You can just go off the grid.
I think they know where you live.
I never told them.
Okay, well.
Okay.
I haven't paid my
That being
taxes
said,
yet.
yeah, private zoos,
You need to.
I don't know how.
I don't know how either.
bottom line, before we move on, you can just ask, and pretty much anyone's allowed to do anything in this country. So yeah, next voicemail.
Except be trans.
Yeah,
no,
of
true.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, ooh.
All right, next
caller
voicemail.
from the 704. You love to see it.
The 704. All right.
Hey, this is Alex from the great state of Florida right now.
It's not the
I just
704.
wanted to ask, and before I say this, I promise I'm not like I don't want apes to die. But if they have to, like in the Sweden zoo, and they escaped and they might hurt someone, what caliber do you think they should use, Greg? Specifically, Greg. I want
Specifically,
to answer this. What caliber do you think they should use? What weapons should they use to take out a chimpanzee specifically? And then for Austin, it has been
That's
years
for me,
since
I
I've
guess.
seen you, but I've always wanted to ask you, what shampoo do you use? Thank you.
We know Alex.
You know Alex? Oh,
We know
yeah,
Alex.
we know Alex.
I don't know, Alex.
From the Coalition.
I
Coalition.
didn't go to the coalition.
The
ever,
coalition.
remember? I never went to the coalition.
Yeah, you got canceled
Oh.
preemptively.
I got canceled without ever going to the coalition.
All right, you got canceled before I got canceled. But anyway.
Yeah, nice to hear
Alex,
you
I
again.
think you already know, Alex. It's 762 by 54R, Mosa Nagant, ammunition, and they should be using Emosa Nagant to kill the chimps. Only because it will blow a fucking dinner plate-sized hole in the back of the chimp's chest. Alright?
We need we need like tank piercing rounds.
You need to use an AT round.
Not actually, but like
a Barrett 50 cal.
Okay, here's the thing. With rifles, a lot of them nowadays come in 22 long rifle ammo. Don't do it. Do not do 22 ammo on a fucking chimp. It's gonna like.
Does it bounce off?
It's gonna bounce off his chest like Superman. He's gonna come at you and fucking rip you apart.
All right, note to self: don't use 22 LR on a fucking chimp. That's insane.
I don't actually know
shampoo
that would
do you
happen,
use?
but it wasn't good enough for Reagan.
What shampoo do you use?
I use. It's pure. It's called Pureology. I think what's the brand?
Queer.
Yeah, no, I know the brand, but like, what's the specific kind? It's like. Sheer hydrate. Pureology sheer hydrate.
Chandran, call him the word.
Queer.
No, the other one.
Bag.
Okay, well, I also use it for my.
Nobody ever asks me what shampoo I use anymore.
I
wonder why.
I understand though.
I do use shampoo.
Really?
Keeps your scalp skin healthy. Yeah. I don't need to do it as often, but like once a week I use the hydrating version of Head and Shoulders on my head.
You're so straight, it sickens me.
It keeps me from getting all dry.
I should have just fucked with you guys and said I use the 4-in-1 Dove shampoo body wash. The 4 is fucking
Yeah,
I don't
buddy,
know,
what's the
diesel. The 4th is diesel.
Pouring diesel onto my head every time I take a shower.
All right.
Maybe my hair will come back if I did.
Well, no, because I get. You know what? I'm not even gonna fucking say anything to Alex. He didn't ask me any questions, so die. I guess.
Oh my God, okay.
Alex, you got to call back and ask.
Yeah, you gotta ask Chandran a question now.
No,
I
I'm
talked
fine.
to you today, Alex. Now you know exactly what day we're recording this on.
Okay. Well.
All right.
Next one.
Next one.
Yeah.
Next one.
Are you underwater?
That's ripping a bong, buddy.
What's up, Monkey Man? And Austin. My name's Jamie.
Hey, Jamie.
Greg can guess my fucking pronouns. I'm not telling you.
She, they.
I have a
feel
question.
kinda like
I have a
they,
question
he.
about monkeys. I have a couple questions about monkeys. That's what I'm calling. So, are there any species of monkeys or any like lineages of monkeys that we breed entirely in captivity? Kind of like we do lab rats. Like there's just an entire group of lab rats that we just use for science stuff, you know.
The lesser
and if
rat.
that exists, could it like possibly exist for long enough, like?
Do you think they have generational
Or even
trauma?
like just any reason that we're breeding monkeys only in captivity, any type of monkey, could it exist for long enough that like eventually they do become domesticated?
No.
If that happens, like
It
how would it happen?
It's not gonna.
And also, like, is
I don't
it
think I can.
possible that could then lead to further evolution
No.
in that lineage of monkeys?
Are you saying you want to create the
that
Morlocks?
causes them to develop further intelligence that is more like human?
No.
Like, if we bred all of the aggression out of a chimp... Okay,
can't.
actually, if we bred all of the
It's not a
aggression
chimp
out of
at
a
that
chimp,
point.
what would that be like? Okay. Anyways, love the show. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Dr. Yakub of the fucking chimp world over here.
Yeah, what's fucking Dr. Yakub over here?
Doing some genetic experiments.
You can't.
Well,
No.
yeah, I mean,
Also,
Greg.
I'm changing my pronouns call. I'm saying they, them, or any pronouns.
Ooh.
Love to be in any pronouns, girly, you know?
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's mad because I'm non-binary and also a pretty girl, you know?
Is this true? I feel like I
No,
missed. Oh,
no.
okay.
No, that's it.
Okay. But so I will say I don't know if this is just for like maybe my region, but I know there's a company called Charles River Laboratory that breeds most research animals.
That's fucked up.
And at least most research primates that I know of, and they send like technicians over to where I work too, like, because they rotate at different facilities.
Do they put the monkeys on the Jordan Peterson milking table?
They do not. I think there's actually a facility and a company in Texas as well, so I could just be thinking regional, but the thing with breeding monkeys is there's not like a brood mother that they just like pump out monkeys from. I believe they also follow the protocols that zoos do where they try to get as much like genetic diversity as possible. So like when a baby monkey is born, it's just sent to a research lab and it's not reproducing after that. You know, it's just living out the rest of its life in research. So no evolution would really be taking place. But yeah, I would have to...
Well, the generational trauma.
Yeah, so there's no generational trauma
yeah.
for monkeys. Unless they go to a sanctuary and they don't get vasectomized well enough.
And in terms of the domestication, I don't know when the first recorded instant of captive chimps or primates is. But I'm sure we've been doing it long enough now that we are pretty certain that we haven't figured out how to domesticate them.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like we've tried this.
Yeah.
You know, all those chimps we've raised in people's homes. You know how that turns out 100% of the time, every time.
Every single time it's ever. Yeah, no.
I mean, we've
It took a while for dogs. It took a while for dogs, so I don't.
Cats were pretty quick though, and so were cows.
Yeah, that's just because they have like. That's because they were getting something out of it, though.
Not the cows.
Well, the cow, maybe.
Cows were quick. We went from auroch to cow really fast.
Yeah.
And then some people decided that they didn't want to eat them.
Sorry. All right. Krishna saw the universe in the fucking reflection of the milk. Okay, leave him alone. It's not his fault.
Is that what it is? Is that why?
Yeah, I mean, cows kind of are like, they're very, they hold sacred
cool
positions and, our...
No, cows are super cool. They're actually way
dope.
smarter than we give them credit for, too. Like, they do know things.
All animals are.
Well, then why do they keep
smart.
fucking farting methane into the atmosphere
Why are they
and killing us all, Greg?
Why are they
Huh?
killing us? Why are they killing our planet?
Why are they warming the planet, Greg?
That's going to be the next Republican talking point if you don't stop. Like, it's
Could
actually the
Could you
cow's
imagine?
But
fault.
yeah.
John, Rick DeSantis, whatever the fuck his name is, Ron DeSantis,
Ron the Sanctimonious.
gets on stage, kill all cows, 2024.
We should have Ron the Sanctimonious put on trial.
I don't
Like a show
want
trial.
to sidetrack us too much before we go back to the voicemails, but have you guys heard Ron DeSantis' voice? Have you heard his lisp?
Oh my
No,
God.
I haven't, actually.
He talks so stupid. I pray to God that he spent his entire childhood being bullied.
I can't just look up what Ron
So,
DeSantis sounds like because I'm
Google
recording desktop audio.
Ron DeSantis silly season because he says it exactly like how a gay man
Silly
would say
season.
it.
No, I mean, look, I mean, it's silly season.
The point is, he's a very silly man. He's a very he should not be taken seriously. And the second he gets on that debate stage, I think it's over for him. But that's just my opinion. Next voicemail. Oh my God, that was a scream.
Greetings, dear podcast host. It is I, Maz, who you may recognize from my last voicemail, where I asked about the Willy Wonka primate AU. I took your comments about my use of marijuana to heart, and have decided to quit smoking altogether, switching to a more sophisticated form of recreational substance.
Let's
Anyway,
go!
I've decided on,
Coke
while on
face!
the topic of drugs, I was wondering if apes and or monkeys will intentionally consume things in order to get high, like dolphins do with pufferfish. I am aware that there are certain lemurs that will consume millipedes in order to get high, but I'm not sure if this extends to the rest of...
Awesome. Funny.
Thank you for your time. Have a lovely evening.
You motherfucker!
First off,
You
that
took
might be the best. That's the best fucking voicemail anyone has ever sent. Thank you for quitting smoking weed, and thank you
got it
for
all.
doing cocaine.
Our viewers are the best kind of like mentally ill people.
Every one of you is completely unhinged, and I love it. I do know that there
Stole my
are
fucking talking
chimps.
point.
I know there's chimps that will consume like fruit that's been rotting on the ground for a while, and that's a mild narcotic.
Mm-hmm. We've spoken about that before, but that's all incidental. They don't do that on purpose. At least
You guys ever seen Land
I think
of the
when we talked about
Lost?
this last time, we realized no.
With Will Ferrell and Danny McBride.
No, I mean I don't even know who Danny.
Anyway,
McBride is.
Chaka.
Is that the one with the dinosaurs?
Yeah, Chaka's in it. So anyway, Chaka's like a monkey thing. Chaka finds this fruit that's a mild narcotic in a hotel pool in the middle of the time wasteland, and they get really fucked up. And then they eat a giant crab with a giant lemon slice. Anyway, Land of the Lost is one of my favorite
You sound
movies.
fucking insane.
Land of the Lost.
Chalk
You've never
finds
seen
a
Land of the
fruit
Lost?
in
Chaka!
the pool of the
Land of
time
the
wasteland.
Lost!
Chaka.
Danny McBride is in it, and Will Ferrell, and
Who's Danny McBride?
You don't know Danny
McBride? There's the Slee Stack, and they have to. The Slee Stack.
Slee Stack?
Yeah, and the Slee Stack, and they gotta get the lizards, and then there's a bunch of vibrating crystals, and the tachyons. There's all about tachyons, and then there's
hold on, everyone be quiet.
Shut up! The giant crystal vibrates, and Will Ferrell turns around and says, "Holly, you should sit on this," and then that's like a kicker.
Greg, I'm gonna kill you.
And there's a dinosaur, and at the end of the movie, Will Ferrell gets eaten by the dinosaur, but only on purpose so that he can push a giant shit out of its ass because it's been constipated the whole movie, and that's why it's been chasing them.
I remember the plot. You don't need to rehash.
I didn't want to know the
selling
plot.
Chandran.
So, anyways, with that aside, I was so mad that you took my talking point that I Googled it, and there doesn't seem to be any proof that other monkeys like induce this in themselves recreationally. Besides that fruit example, maybe. However, in the process of looking, well, first of all, there is of course the theory that humans evolved from a primate that started seeking out psychedelic, like mushrooms or
hell yeah,
stimulants and things of that nature. So there is
Open the third eye.
Yeah. However, I found a study from the fucking University of California in 1977. It's called Hallucinogen-Induced Behaviors of Free-Moving Chimpanzees. Just looking at the abstract here, they put chimps on DMT in a research lab just to see what would happen.
Whoa. What happened?
What happened?
They started freaking the fuck out.
And then now we have the Joe Rogan experience.
They started jumping, screaming, and whimpering.
That's Jamie.
They were seeing the face of God, and he was displeased with their actions.
Does Joe Rogan know about this shit? They put chimps on DMT. Eat my ass.
Oh my god! Let us on the Joe Rogan experience.
We would kill.
Do you know the numbers? First off, Joe Rogan is just an idiot. He's not like evil. He's an idiot. I could convince him of anything. Let me on the show.
We should email Joe Rogan.
I could convince him the Shadow Moses incident happened.
Joe, let me on the show. I'm going to talk to you about the chimpanzees they gave DMT.
Oh my god, wait, I found another thing. I'm so sorry. The University of Rio Grande do Norte, I don't fucking know, in Brazil.
Holy
Rio Grande del Norte?
Shit.
No,
really,
it's
buddy?
not Del Norte. It's not
You
Del
said
Norte. It's not Del Norte. I said Do Norte because that's how it's spelled, but I wasn't sure.
Oh, because they're Portuguese, and that makes them less than most of us.
Yeah. So fucking blow me. So researchers at this university gave ayahuasca to a marmoset to cure its depression.
Did it work?
I guess.
I don't know.
Marmoset killed itself.
Depressed.
It says depending on who you
Next
ask.
day, Marmoset woke up, hung himself.
Depending on who you ask, the drugs seem to help the monkey's depression. So, I don't know.
Imagine being that marmoset. You take ayahuasca. Your mind opens up. You realize that you are a non-sentient creature. And then you go back to it.
There's like a brief moment where you're like...
being the marmoset and achieving consciousness for just a moment.
Oh my god, wait, no, this is temporary.
Alright, let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Hi, this is Moan, that's M-O-H-N, calling in from Missouri, United States. It is fucking miserable here. He, him.
That's why it's called Missouri.
It is currently 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, and I have a couple of questions. I want to see if Austin, the fake primate fan, let's fucking give me some shit about lemurs. You guys always talk about fucking chimpanzees and shit. I want to hear about lemurs. And thinking about that, it made me also think about, this was like fucking a couple of years ago. I had to search on pissvortex.tumblr.com. You posted a fucking lemur with huge nuts. And now I can't stop thinking about it, so fuck you. The episode about primate genitalia is inevitable. It's gonna fucking come. Never forget.
It's gonna come.
Lemur with balls. Have a good day. Bye.
So, I'll give you some backstory. I really don't talk about lemurs that much. That's because I don't... There's not too many interesting things to talk about with lemurs. Or, I mean, there are interesting things to talk about with lemurs, but it's not like podcast content. Like, it's not like funny, haha, we can talk about this and like do a whole thing with it. There's just like facts about lemurs that I intersperse in sometimes. But the backstory to the lemur with fat fucking nuts is I took a graduate level like anthropology class when I was an undergraduate in college.
Ooh, look at Austin excelling.
Because my professor like opened it up to like a very small handful of undergrads who were like very passionate about monkeys, and I was like the Make-A-Wish kid. I got to go on like the real monkey research tour. The bulk of the research that we did was basically at this lemur sanctuary, and they were all a little interesting. There was one lemur named Yangling, spelled like the beer.
It's Yingling. You know what beer is? You ever had a beer? Are you old enough to have beer?
I remember them pronouncing it Yangling, but I could be completely wrong.
I remember them pronouncing it Yangling.
I don't know if that was
next
because
fucking
they were...
voicemail.
No! Would you stop it? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill your
Do
ass.
it.
Anyways, so I remember them pronouncing it Yangling for some reason. I don't know if maybe that's just because they were from Florida, or if that was just like how they wanted to pronounce it. But
cracking open a couple of Yanglings.
Cracking open a Yangling.
So,
oh man, go to school.
This lemur had the fattest fucking nuts I think anyone in the primatology field has ever seen. Like they had never seen nuts that big before on a lemur.
Do you think you might be the first person on Earth to see nuts that big on a lemur?
Well, no.
Like you think I'm at the first,
Look at the
like
balls
the
on this
privileged
boy.
few.
I was one of the
biggest
privileged
lemur
few to
balls.
see the largest lemur balls on Earth. Currently alive, at
Did
least.
you touch them?
I did not touch them, but so this is a ring-tailed lemur. No, this is a ring-tailed lemur.
Could you have held them in one hand? Were they bigger than that?
Okay, so I should say they're proportionally bigger.
Are they bigger than like your balls?
I don't remember. I don't.
I just want to say, yeah, they are.
Probably not.
That's okay. I've seen the picture. Dog, those might be bigger than my balls.
They might
like
be.
They're huge.
I don't remember though. So, anyways, this lemur's balls, right? They were so big that they physically dragged along the ground. So often, in fact, that he would cut them, and they'd have to stitch up his balls. Like they'd have to sedate him to stitch his balls. To stop them from cutting on like rocks and shit on the ground.
Why didn't you get him like a cup guard at that
straight.
point? Like give him a cup.
I don't know. He couldn't walk straight. He had to waddle everywhere. Like it was like
why didn't they just cut his balls off?
Because that doesn't seem. Oh, you know why? Because he was the most like fertile lemur they've ever had.
Was he a stud? Was he the stud?
Whenever they needed
because of his giant balls.
Whenever they needed to like reproduce or like breed lemurs in captivity. Every single time he had sex 2 times and fathered 4 children. It's not typical that a lemur will have like multiple children in a single birth. It's just that every time this guy fucked, he impregnated the other lemur with twins. Like this guy had like crazy balls. He had fucking like super cum.
Word.
He had 4 testicles in there actually as well.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he was he was a unit. They couldn't cut him off because he was just too goddamn fertile.
Love to be
Okay.
fertile.
But yeah, so that's
All right.
that's my story with the lemur balls. I'll have to post a picture in the Discord.
Thanks, man. That was a really good story.
All right, next voicemail.
All right, this one says transcription not available, and it's a full 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
That's
yeah.
worrying.
And there's 3 parts. Okay.
Hi, my name is, well, on Tumblr my name is Madam Melon Meow. I'm calling to ask about the anthropomorphizing of animal behaviors, specifically ones that we attribute to humanity, such as compassion. And so for the context of this, I wanted to tell you guys a bit about a Homo erectus specimen named KNM-ER1808, discovered by Kamoya Camus in Alan Walker's Hominid Gang in 1973. You can source check me, The Wisdom of the Bones in Search of Human Origins.
My God.
So when 1808 was discovered, she was distorted. Her skeleton was covered in fibrous and coarse-textured woven bone, a full half an inch of diseased bone in a lot of places. They took samples of her to Johns Hopkins in Baltimore and found that she had hypervitaminosis A, which is the kind of thing that happens when, like, you get stranded in Antarctica and have to eat the livers of your sled dogs. It basically doesn't happen in the modern world. Vitamin A is really a deadly thing when you eat a carnivore liver because that's where it gets concentrated. So they think she must have eaten a carnivore's liver, and then she would have gotten dizzy, nausea, stomach cramps. Her hair would have fallen out. Her skin would have cracked and fallen off. She would have gotten delirious. Movement would have made the muscle rip off the bone. Basically, she should have been dead in like a couple of days because she wouldn't have been able to feed or defend herself. But they know that she survived for weeks or months because of how thick the ossification on the bones were. You have to wait that long for torn blood vessels to form clots and the clots to ossify. 7 millimeters of would have been bone in her skeleton. Basically, they discovered that she must have been kept alive by somebody. Someone, quote, sat with her through the long, dark African nights for no good reason except human concern, feeding her, bringing water, defending her from predators. She was an adult, so it's unlikely that her own mother was alive, and whoever it was, they don't think it was a child or her mate. It was just another Homo erectus taking care of her, despite her being defenseless. And that's really something that I learned in, I don't know, some anthropology class I took at UNC Chapel Hill a couple of years ago. I don't remember
Fucking
it, but
nice little flex there.
And it was really important because it was one of those things that they pointed at as an example of, a bond beyond the mother-child bond, where some Homo creature decided to help another one and take care of it for a long period of time while it was ailing. Sorry, this is part 2. I took too long to get to my point. Basically, I just wanted to have you guys start a discussion about this idea of this, humanity and compassion and how other species, which primate species may experience it. Do you have examples of what primates are likely to care for ones that are outside of their immediate close circle? And how do scientists deal with the problem of anthropomorphizing such behaviors that get so closely associated to what makes mankind different from the other animals or whatever? That's, I guess, my rambling thing about one of the Homo ancestors that is, I guess, a primate, as we all are, and how their compassion is hopefully reflected in other animals, but hopefully no one is looking at that and saying, well, this animal must behave exactly like a human because it does a thing that humans are capable of doing. Anyway, thank you. Your show is great. Goodbye.
Okay. Thank you for...
What the fuck is this?
Cool shit.
No,
This is so much smarter than we are.
Why do we have smart people calling into our show now? Knock it off!
Stop it.
Also, what was the number? Do you remember the number? What was the number?
It's Homo erectus 1808. 1808.
1808? KNMER 1808.
I'm looking this guy up right now, actually.
I
No,
was
I
trying to figure out
haven't.
what it was, and
I
then
actually haven't
there's
heard of
thousands.
this specific story before.
Yeah.
I had heard. I mean, there's a lot of cases of humans caring for their old and weak and sick and disabled, even in pre quote unquote like civilization times or whatever. But yeah, no, I will notice. I think you joined the Discord and you've been like posting like books and stuff that you're reading. You gotta.
Absolutely, yes.
Damn, I feel like we wouldn't be doing it justice if we just tried to cover this whole thing in this episode, this like silly off kilter episode or whatever. But
I mean, I do have some thoughts. I've been taking some notes.
But yeah, let's yeah, sure, let's initial thoughts and then we can definitely revisit it another time.
So I was thinking about this while you were asking it, because I do think we talk a lot about like language evolution and morality and these things that we attribute to humans and how we can't anthropomorphize animals about it. I think what Homo erectus 1808 points to more than anything is just evidence of like social needs of these creatures, right? Of our ancestors, which I feel like tracks and makes perfect sense with what we know about primates now, like primates that exist now and ourselves, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you would need to anthropomorphize to science. I mean, obviously, right? Anthropomorphizing gets in the way of proper scientific analysis.
Yeah.
So I do think, talking about like compassion and a bond that we're filtering through our lens. Yeah. It
because like
limits.
it is a human ancestor, so I guess it's like, do we know like when quote unquote compassion arose in human evolution? But it's such an abstract concept that it's really hard to you can't find compassion in a fossil record, basically.
Yeah. And also
I mean, but you can piece together stories like this, which is interesting. However, there is an alternative hypothesis that I just found when I when I just Googled it. There's a theory that the East African bee, they would have been a readily available energy source for hominids of that time, and the honey they produced was like insanely high in vitamin A. And so if it was the case, we probably would have seen more than just that one example.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But the alternative explanation is that she sort of like slowly overdosed on vitamin A. But yeah, it's really hard to say because we know like with chimps the living ancestor, or sorry, the living species that is closest to our last common ancestor. We know that they don't truly cooperate in the way that humans do. Like they don't cooperate for the sake of collectively attaining something. They cooperate for the sake of getting cut in on whatever's happening, or just because it makes their own attainment of resources more efficient.
Yeah, I was also considering if maybe the social lives of Homo erectus demanded you take care of, people who are, I don't know if there's, no more than any creature has now, like some creatures I will, or I don't want to keep saying creatures.
That would denote some sort of culture. Do gorillas and chimps, do the what are we called? The great apes? Do the great apes take care of their sick other than us?
Great apes don't really take care of their sick. In fact, it was a problem at the sanctuary that I worked at that they had to separate the sick chimps from the other chimps, basically, because that would pretty much just mean that they're like, someone is free to usurp their position on the pecking order by like beating their ass when they're down. And because they're cooperative and not collective, they don't really, if they can't cooperate with an injured or disabled chimp, it's generally not, like, I think at a certain point when a chimp becomes old enough, the sort of like infant care instinct goes away and it just gets replaced by cooperation, if that makes sense. This is a really interesting topic though, and I don't know, I mean, you seem to be really well read. You evidently went to an anthropology class at UNC Chapel Hill. So I don't know, feel free to call in more, and we could, I mean, you're in the Discord, I'm pretty sure we can talk about it there, but yeah, I don't know, this is definitely a whole discussion that can be opened up that I'd have to like double check and like read things beforehand to prepare myself for this discussion, because I was just expecting more stupid dick jokes when we did this episode.
Honestly, I think Homo erectus 1808 will probably show up as its own episode, either public or Patreon.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have like a round table discussion on this.
Exactly. I mean, this the core question you asked, about anthropomorphizing any anthropological findings. That's such a funny little, that's cute,
It's just interesting because it's like it is our ancestors, so it makes sense to anthropomorphize them.
Exactly.
But that also makes us jump to sometimes unscientific conclusions about why certain behaviors emerged.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very easy to see us as the endpoint and just be like, well, that behavior emerged to get it to the endpoint we're at now, rather than like investigating how it could have independently come up. So like, I think anthropomorphization definitely plays into that analysis, and that's why people are proposing alternative hypotheses like the bee with high vitamin A content. But I don't know, it's something that it's a very interesting discussion.
Homo sapiens are not a foregone conclusion, We know didn't have to happen. So
damn, this took a interesting.
We're doing evolution and mortality and morality.
We're doing it again,
part
baby.
2, boys.
We're doing it again, baby.
We should. That was a great episode.
That was a great episode. All right,
yeah.
want to go to the next one?
Want to get back to the silly stuff, or the silly, goofy stuff?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello? I think this is voicemail. I don't know how voicemails work. This is Scott coming in from Dallas, home of people kidnapping monkeys and doing fucking Scooby-Doo villain-ass monologues about it in court. You did request people call in as fucked as possible. I did take an edible and I've been drinking wine all night, so I don't know if the edibles kicked in, but I have two questions for you. One is an actual serious one. The other day, me and my mom were having a conversation, and she said something about a cat having Down syndrome, but I looked up and cats actually can have Down syndrome. Something about the amount of, like, DNA they have. And I was thinking, can monkeys have, like, genetic diseases like humans? Is that, like, can they have the stuff that's like, oh, you don't have so and so many chromosomes, otherwise they'll get fucked up, whatever the fuck. And,
the edible
I just,
definitely
like, hear discussions about DNA and stuff, but for my silly-ass question, you know that, like, old fucking, like, 2012 Tumblr shit where they're like, whoa, are you a hipster blog or you're a fan blog? They're like mortal enemies, but also they're kissing. I want to know what premise you think would have a hipster blog or a fan blog. Anyway, thanks. It's like 2 a.m. Have a good night. Love you.
Yeah, that shit
I'm not
hit.
gonna say it back. Yeah, that shit hit.
That should
Woo! Good for you.
So yeah, let's answer the first one real quick. Yeah, there's great apes with Down syndrome.
No way. I'm sorry, I shouldn't sound that
Do you
excited.
find that funny? Do you find that funny, Greg?
Do you find that humorous?
Is Down
Greg?
syndrome funny to you,
is something
Greg?
funny? Is something funny here?
Greg is vigorously shaking his head yes.
No, I'm not. Everybody
He's
is.
like writing. He's writing the word yes with his fingers and like smiling really big with thumbs up.
Huge thumbs up.
What are they like?
They look sort of like people with Down syndrome, but they're monkeys. I don't know how else to describe that. It's a very stupid description, but
we're all Googling it right now. You're Googling it too, don't lie. I don't know, I see... Oh, well, this one definitely...
What do you mean, definitely? Monkeys can have Down syndrome. Apes can have Down syndrome. There's, looks like Kanako in Japan is a chimp with Down syndrome. But yeah, no, specifically, chimps, great apes can have any genetic disease that humans have, really. I mean, not all, but, like, it's so close that most of the ones that we can get are also things that chimps can get. Or just great apes in general.
We should CRISPR a chimp to make it more fucked up.
You're saying people with Down syndrome are fucked up?
No, it has nothing to do with the Down syndrome thing. I'm just talking about the genetic stuff.
I think we should find a way to introduce like the really into trains gene into great apes. Maybe
you're gonna make the great apes autistic.
I don't know. That's the thing. Because there's some theories that like monkeys and chimps can get autism, and like. For example, Kanzi's son, they're like, oh, that's an autistic ape. How do you know? Because you can't diagnose autism the same way you can diagnose Down syndrome or like diabetes or something, you know? It's a psychological thing that is also kind of socially defined. Obviously, like, the spectrum is, but it's impossible to diagnose a chimp because, to go back to our last question, you can't really apply these human concepts to other animals, especially in cases like that. But yeah, moving on.
Oh my god!
What?
I just realized something. Guys, we haven't talked about our sponsor, Monkey Colt Coffee. You know, when I'm thirsty on a frigid Utah morning, the first thing I do is I make myself a cup of Monkey Colt Coffee. It comes in one flavor right now. Bourbon chocolate chip.
Whoa, that sounds so
And
yummy.
you know what? Bitch, you can get some too. You go to monkeycoltcoffee.com, add 40 of those bags of coffee to your cart, and then use code TRAVIS at checkout for 10% off your order.
People, we are not moving enough units. We need your help.
That's right. Greg took your feedback.
That is not true. However, I'm unemployed. Please buy the coffee, okay? We do get paid for this.
Okay, well. But yeah, Greg has taken your feedback. He's improved his ad read game.
Were people complaining about the ad reads?
They thought it was very funny.
One person.
The blooper reel was great when I listened to myself do it wrong like 9 times in a row.
So yeah, let's address the other half of this person's question, voicemail. They asked what monkeys would be.
You
know, we can't. Can we do that?
It's illegal.
So they asked what primates would be in which side of the fandom culture war of 2012 Tumblr. For those of you who are not quite as enlightened as me, or Chandran and Greg, do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No, I had Tumblr for porn in 2012.
When I was in middle school, I didn't use Tumblr. I used iFunny. And iFunny had all the Tumblr posts for me.
That's
so
true.
I didn't ever have to use Tumblr.
It's like how TikTok will read you Reddit posts that you don't want to hear. It's the same.
Exactly. I don't use Reddit anymore.
Yeah.
Except for
so there was a concept of quote unquote fandom bloggers, people who are on the website to reblog Doctor Who gifs and like supernatural fan fiction. Then there was the hipster bloggers who were interested in taking and posting aesthetic photos, in maybe quoting some poetry, and just upkeeping their little website as an aesthetic marker of their being. These two came to clash because they both thought the other was corny and stupid. So what I think is
someone who has a super Hulock page calling anyone else corny.
Yeah,
you're not gonna win that one.
So I think what monkey would be a super Hulock?
To be a super Hulock, what do you need?
Maybe a gibbon. I feel like a gibbon has super Hulock energy.
I think a gibbon for sure.
Gibbon sounds right.
Gibbon sounds right.
Gibbon sounds right. I feel like
Yeah. Nothing more to. I don't even have to elaborate. I think orangutans would probably be
the hipsters. You think
the hipsters? Because I think they enjoy some Kino. I think they.
Yeah.
I think they're into some they're the stereotypical quote unquote film bro that likes the foreign silent movies that
they have
about.
crushed velvet smoking jackets and shit.
They listened to Arctic Monkeys before it was cool.
Yeah,
Speaking of Arctic Monkeys, Japanese macaques, they would hate the band. They'd fucking hate it. No, I don't know. Chimps. This feels like a toss-up. I feel like it would depend on the individual, maybe. Because there's some sophisticated chimps, and then theres some
chimps are all the the 4chan people who would come on the Tumblr just to
Oh yeah, they would be the 4chan raiders.
Yeah.
Bonobos would be the ones drawing ship art of the 4chan person fucking the Tumblr person.
Hard too.
Yeah, bonobos would be the porn underbelly, the GIF makers.
We're diagnosing the entire Tumblr ecosystem here.
Yeah, we're doing some diagnoses. Which primate would be the first otherkin? Do you think?
Gorillas.
Yeah, gorillas. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, gorillas have that determination.
They have that vibe to them.
Yeah, they have the ability to,
Are we pro or anti-otherkin, folks?
I don't know. They haven't existed in a while. I feel.
Well, I just need to know if I could make jokes.
I don't know.
Follow your heart, man.
Okay,
follow your heart. It's all you.
Yes.
Gorillas are just dumb enough.
Got him. You fucking
great one, Greg.
Got him.
Nailed it.
Yeah, a real fucking.
No idea. They don't know what hit him.
Real nail biter there, buddy.
pow, they're done.
Dragon Ball Z, like
How long is this fucking episode?
I was about to say, we gotta be done with this.
I say we go for at least another 10 minutes.
I'll fucking kill you, dude.
Because
I'll
we have
kill
to
you.
cut out like 10 minutes of editing. So.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
They can live with it.
Let's do one or two more voicemails.
All right, let me get some more out of here. We
I thought
still
we'd be
have
able to
like
get through
20
all of
more.
them.
Well, every single one of them, like one of us has decided we needed to do a tangent about.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the point of the voicemail episode.
And that's the
you know?
beauty of the voicemails, you know? We're giving you content. We're clearly fucking phoning it in. Okay, so we're gonna listen to these two, and then we gotta listen to Adriano the Goomba from New York.
Oh god.
They're next.
Okay.
So
All right.
All right.
Hi, it's Scott again. Sorry to call back so soon. I realized I forgot several things. I may be more fucked up than I thought. When I said, like, apes or whatever, I can't remember which one I said. I mostly meant, like, chimpanzees or gorillas. I don't remember which one his closest to DNA was. It's really cold
You're
outside.
in the weed panic
But also,
phase.
The police are
to
coming.
make fun of Austin, I don't think Austin's an egg or anything. I think whatever he is going to turn out much, much funnier, so I look forward to that. That's whatever noises.
Look how you faded away into panicked silence there. It's really good.
Trying not to wake anyone up.
Yeah.
You don't want to alert the police.
The police are right outside, just so you know. Like, they're coming
It's
for you.
crazy. It's crazy. Their brain is actually still like that. It's been like that just since they called
They
in.
know what you did. They know what you did. They're coming. They know what you did.
All right. Fuck, what was even the question? No, I think it was just an elaboration.
Yeah, but I feel like we elaborated on it already.
Yeah. Okay. Next voicemail.
All right, next one.
Okay, now that I'm high, but also a little less high, I realized my previous voice message
Is this the same
may have
person?
sounded,
Same person.
like, really bad.
Oh, it is.
What I meant was, there's like one episode, like at the really beginning of the show, where we were talking about like someone was trying to give like macaques like autism 2 or whatever, and I'm kind of vested in that because I'm autismo, and I was thinking of like, how would that work in the implication of studying whether some disorders are like,
I guess see previous
how much
answer,
of that
right?
is like actual DNA and physical stuff versus how much is like cultural, social stuff. So I was thinking like,
Yeah, see previous answer.
say like somehow you could give a chimpanzee autism, would it even like affect how it works with other chimpanzees at all, or just be like a chimpanzee that really fucking hates the daytime?
No, this chimp would be
Anyway.
really good at identifying different train engines.
I don't think autism would fuck up a chimp. I think it would just make. I don't think
You
it would
don't?
be like. No, not really. I mean,
You don't
I
want to see a
think
chimp get overstimulated?
they already do that. Is the thing.
Imagine if it was constant, though, all day. Because they can't regulate.
Maybe.
Because they're chimps.
Yeah, I guess
They don't know any
depending
building
on how
mechanisms.
like much
How autistic?
autism. Yeah. On
The
how
level,
much of it they
the level
have.
of
I don't know.
autism.
I don't know. I feel like we probably would have seen like a non-verbal chimp right now if that was like a thing. Though.
They're all nonverbal.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No
An
autistic
autistic
chimps.
chimp might be the first verbal chimp.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to get this third voicemail?
Oh, we gotta get Adriano.
Adriano.
All right, so in the
Hey,
first one it says
Adriano.
Adriano, and then in the second one the transcript says Adriana. So I don't know what we're dealing with here.
Let's find out.
All
We're
right.
dealing with something.
Hi, I'm Adriano from Western New York. I had three
Yeah, I
questions
figured.
for you guys. First one was, have you ever heard of Harry Houdini, the orangutan from the Cincinnati Zoo? If not,
No.
he was an orangutan that escaped his enclosure multiple times, and
Oh, wait, yeah,
just
we talked about him.
kind of vibed
Yeah,
around the
dude.
zoo. Second one was,
Silly guy.
Love him.
we know chimps don't exactly react well to hot things. Most animals don't, actually. How would any primate react to Mad Dog plutonium? This hot sauce that's like 9 million Scoville units or something. Comes in a 1 ounce thing. It's like has a bunch of warning and labels on the back. Third question was, how many chimps would it take to bring down a hippo? I know they don't exactly live in the same areas,
Yes,
but
they do.
they're both basically
Yeah, like,
muscle and they're both
close, like, could
crackhead
happen.
energy, basically personified. That's all. Love the show, guys. Thank you.
Okay, so first question. Yeah, we did talk about
Mr. Houdini.
Well, you gotta go listen to. We most recently talked about it with Mamadou. Remember that one? The second question. I think we also talked about what would happen if a chimp ate hot sauce. I mean, it would be kind of unethical to try it because it would just like really get pissed off.
I want to
start
see
freaking
that
out.
chimp rip its tongue out.
Me too.
Give it
I
that
think
little ounce of
it
hot
might
sauce.
resort to self-injury. Well, I don't know. Chimps, most primates in general, are smart enough to know that if they shovel dirt into their mouth, it neutralizes. So I feel like either the chimp would freak the fuck out and like rip its own face off, or it would just start shoveling dirt or its own poop into its mouth until it stopped burning. Which
solid plan.
It's a good
only
plan.
one way to find out.
Last question. What was that?
That was could like a group of chimps take down a hippo?
No.
No, I'm sorry. Hippos are fucked up.
Crazy, dude.
They've got like every advantage.
Hippos are like some of the most fucked up thing in the world.
No, they're fucking massive. Like just the weight difference alone, it's a completely different world.
I've been watching this documentary on Netflix with Jaden. It's like an 18-part thing. It's called like Shamwari, some shit. I don't know. It's a fucking South African nature reserve, and there's hippos. Every other fucking episode, they're like, "Hey, we got a call from the river. One of the hippos killed another hippo." They're constantly murdering each other, and every time they're like, "We got to drag this hippo out of the water so we can figure out its cause of death." Every time they get it out of the water, and the part you couldn't see because it was underwater is like a bite the size of a fucking Volkswagen, like taken out of its stomach. It's from another fucking hippo.
Yeah, no, hippos are fucked up. I don't think even like well strategized chimps could take down a hippo, just because like the best they can do is like sharpen sticks, and I don't think they're gonna like that's not gonna do anything to a hippo's.
Like they're not gonna get a good enough grip on a hippo to like rip pieces off.
Yeah, because they're slimy too.
Yeah,
they can maybe kill a baby hippo, but that's about it.
Punch
maybe a baby hippo's still like 500 pounds.
Maybe. Well,
no shot. All right, Adriano, part 2.
All right, let's get it.
Hi, it's Adriano from New York again.
Hey.
I actually wanted to correct something. The orangutan's name was not Harry Houdini. That was a nickname. His real name was Ken Allen.
Wait, really?
I actually had another question that came up. What are the 2 states that aren't a part of the Gorilla Radio Show's national whatever the message said? I already forgot.
What the fuck?
Thank you. Bye.
What are you trying to ask?
Because remember the voicemail? I don't know if it still says this. The voicemail was that the Gorilla Radio Show hotline was a registered alternative to therapy in 48 states. I think they were being
South Carolina and California.
Yeah.
We couldn't get
why
them.
South Carolina?
Why not?
Weirdos.
Yeah, they're weirdos. Who knows?
Those freaks. All right, you guys want to listen to the other one that we missed? You scroll up.
Yeah. Madam
All right.
Meow Mix. I can.
We're going back.
Madame.
Hello, my name is.
Hi.
I'm just gonna say M3 this time because saying my whole Tumblr username feels really stupid. But
Thank you.
I'm
I don't
calling
remember what
in
it was.
in the
M3.
context of Law and Order SVU season 10, episode 7, Wildlife, in which the criminals in the episode are smuggling a Lars gibbon internationally, and they do so by putting him in a basketball.
Is this not SVU? I thought this was going to go in a different direction.
That gibbon would not fit into a basketball, which looks pretty obvious when you see the cop character who rescues the gibbon cradling him at the end of the episode. It's quite funny to look at, actually. But my question for you guys would be, hypothetically, if you had to smuggle a small primate, let's say a gibbon or some sort of monkey thing, across international borders on a plane, on a ship, any sort of fun little scenario you can dream up, maybe. What would be the funniest or cleverest or most ridiculous method, you think, of trying to smuggle your little buddy boy across state, nationwide, whatever, across the line? Yeah, that's my question. I don't know. I just was imagining this basketball with the monkey in it and thinking, damn, that's pretty funny. So what do you think? That a better idea for how I'm totally hypothetically not going to try to smuggle monkeys because I'm not a criminal.
Okay.
I'm a law student. But, maybe you have an idea? Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
This is the B plot. This is the B plot of this
That's
episode.
the B plot of that episode?
This is the B plot of this episode.
Hell of a fucking B plot. Oh my
You
god.
didn't even say shit. Stapler gets shot in this episode.
Oh my god.
Stapler almost dies in this episode.
Wait, this is SVU.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
I was when you said there was a given on SVU, I was like, hold on.
I was going to say
Well, a young woman
I
is
was
found
curious.
mutilated at the beginning of the episode. And
Obviously.
then this is all
I
part
was
of
I
it.
was a bit curious as to how the monkey would be in an episode of SVU, and I didn't really want to think of it, but I'm glad it's not like super weird. I guess I don't know.
I was very eager to think of it. I want to know what USA is doing on their network television shows, or
Giving
whoever the
us
fuck
more
makes-
and more insane propaganda every week.
Right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
They don't get like.
My
pampered
answer, of
anymore.
course, is I would just do a basketball that's big enough to fit a gibbon.
Well, I would just put him in a beach
I think
ball.
the average basketball could fit a gibbon if the gibbon was like curled up.
Big hamster wheel.
Yeah.
But like, how does the
I feel
gibbon
like-
breathe in there?
No.
How do
No
you get
one
the
said
gibbon
that had
in
to
a
be alive.
basketball?
Okay.
I
You know,
think
actually-
I think U.S. customs guys are like stupid enough that you could just say it's a dog, but I don't know.
Put on like a fucking a dog ear headband, and give it.
The
and
Snapchat filter.
Fuck it, that's
Put
the
it on,
funniest
put, it
way
on,
to do
put a
it.
headband on it and give it a bunch of Benadryl. It's not going to make any noise.
It's a dog.
Speaking of which, how much
know.
Benadryl can you give a cat? Do you guys know? Because
Why-
I need to
why?
Benadryl one of my cats so that I can
I
give her a
think
bath and shave
it
her.
would
She's
be
psychotic.
the best way to do this is to get a like taxidermied version of the animal you're smuggling.
Oh my god.
Put the animal inside of it like a little suit.
That's fucked
Close
up.
it up. And now you're not smuggling a live animal, it's a taxiderm. It's a
You
dead
want a
one.
Russian nesting doll animal smuggling?
That's like horrifically unethical, but I don't know.
It would work. It would work.
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You could just like have it hooked up to a fucking ketamine IV to keep it sedated. Have like a little breathing tube. Wait, no, that would be too obvious. Well, no, if you put it all inside the taxidermy,
Just run the breathing tube out of the taxidermy.
you could
animal's
just
mouth.
okay. At that rate, it would probably be a better. It would
Just
probably
fly
be
it
a
into
safer bet.
Mexico and throw it across the fence.
I think it'd be a
FedEx.
safer bet to get like a really big taxidermy at that point, though, like a bear, or like smuggle
Fill
a
it with
chimp-
monkeys.
because you can't bring a taxidermied monkey into the
How
United
are
States, I
you
don't think.
convincing the people at the airline to allow you to bring the taxidermy animal into the pressurized cabin? It would just go into the freight underneath, and then you really do have like 30 dead monkeys. Unless you could pressurize the inside of the taxidermied animal to the pressure.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean,
I think we're onto something here.
I think
folks.
you would have to. I think you'd have to go the sea route. I think you'd have to do like a shipping overseas.
You have to, yeah. I think
Like a
definitely
vessel.
we'll see.
You
Big
float
cargo
it in on
ship.
a door.
Yeah. Huh.
Anyway, guys, what do we do now?
How about one more,
Why
and
did
if
I
it
fucking
sucks,
kill you. Oh, we got another fucking Goomba.
another Goomba.
Yeah, another fucking New Yorker. All right.
Hey, this is Mariam from New York. I'm really enjoying your guys' show so far. Hey, so my question is, what are your guys' thoughts on the infinite monkey theorem? I mean, I know it's already been tested and it's basically just nothing, but I think it's a silly concept. I think it's fun and it has to do with monkeys. So, what do you think of it? And if you could set up an experiment where you could have monkeys or apes or primates sit at typewriters, how would you do it? All right. You guys have a good one.
Okay.
Thanks,
Infinite
Miriam.
monkeys. Obviously it wouldn't work. They would just all do gibberish.
Well, every possibility exists everywhere all at once.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're talking infinity here, then yeah, obviously it would be possible, but like infinity monkeys isn't possible in real life.
I think if we started this project today, what do you think the first word the infinite monkeys type is?
Fuck.
Fuck?
Here's my proposal. I think maybe one day I start a chimpanzee sanctuary. Who knows? Monkey sanctuary. I think we get a special enrichment room for the chimps that they
Just
can
type
go
right
in,
in.
and it's live streamed to Twitch, and they can interact with the chat. They can see the chat, and they can use like buttons, like they can press a fruit button to like send a message to chat or something like that.
PETA is shutting your ass down so fast.
Okay, yeah, no, we can't be exposing chimps to Twitch.
They'll be like,
never mind.
you exploited monkeys.
I think it would be
We need to
fun.
make money somehow.
I actually did have an idea at my old primate sanctuary I used to work at, where we could set up a live stream and have like a little Vex robot arm. Every time you donate, a little code gets switched, and the Vex robot just launches like a banana into the enclosure. So like every time you donate, you get to like throw a banana into the enclosure. I think that'd be a fun idea.
I think I should build a t-shirt cannon bananas at the chimps.
Boom! Just a fucking... that would be really funny.
I wanted it
right
eye
into their
level.
mouths.
I wanted it eye level with them. I want to slam
Twitch
them
cat,
with fucking
Twitch chat can like Twitch plays Pokemon style control the aim of the arm as well, and just like launch it.
That would be fun.
But yeah, that's my. Okay, I'm so sorry. I have one more thing to share, because if I don't share this, I'm never gonna share it. I heard this today in the lab. I overheard it. I don't know what the context was. I don't know if this is true, but I heard allegedly that there is a research lab somewhere in America that at one point hooked up a subwoofer in the monkey experiment room, and every time the monkey did a trial incorrectly, it would just play like an insanely loud bass boosted like Price is Right incorrect buzzer, which is fucking insane.
That's so funny, actually.
That is not ethical at all.
No, but that is so funny.
The funniest.
I don't know if this is true. I need to like ask someone about this, but I just wanted to get that out there, get the sillies out before we do our very serious series starting later.
Folks, we're gonna keep telling you later until we actually fucking. It's coming this month. We're just dog shit.
We're doing
at
we're going in
writing the script. So
yeah,
we're terrible at script writing.
I'm gonna
but
do so
this
much
series
history
is coming
for you guys in the first episode. So I hope you
we
guys
did
are ready. Get
genuinely
your pen and papers out.
a lot of research. I hope you guys enjoy it, because it's something worth learning about, even if it's only tangentially related to monkeys. So
If
I
you
hope
don't
everyone likes
enjoy it, if you don't enjoy it, you know what I'll do.
You know what I'll do.
You know
He's
what I'll do.
said it enough times. It's his catchphrase.
It's my catchphrase. You know, you can even learn more about how much I'm willing to do it if you join our Patreon. All right?
Yep.
Join our Patreon.
And oh yeah, if you're
radio show.
by the way, if you're tired of the serious episodes that we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing some comedic relief in our why did I say it like that? Patreon. So make sure to subscribe to that if you don't like the series, but hopefully you like the series. It's a lot of effort. But with that being said, sorry we couldn't get to everyone's voicemails, but holy hell, that was a lot of voicemails.
Slow down, you fucking freaks.
I didn't think I was that popular. Just they love me. The people.
But anyway,
love me.
folks, you
That's like
know
a
who
fucking
we
big
are.
head.
You can find me online, anywhere where books are sold.
What?
I don't know.
You can find me at Piss Vortex.
Find me at Moonskift, and you can find the show at gorilla__radio on Twitter.
I'm at G_Mateo2. You can request to follow me, but I ain't accepting shit until I see if I get a new job.
So So
I don't know if you're
usually-
a fan or not.
Usually you might expect the next episode to come around the middle of April, but because we're going to do the Congo thing, probably expect it towards the end of April.
Yeah. Well, this will be the first public episode, so that's not unusual.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Take care. Thanks so much for joining
We'll
us.
see you in the Congo.
That was
what?
bad. I'm sorry.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.